Hey guys, AdzAdz7 here, back with another video, and as I promised like a month ago or something, I am bringing you Kerbal Space Program! Woohoo! And as you can maybe tell in my voice, I got a new headset! Yes! Finally, no more crackling. I'm really sorry about that. It's just, my headset's held together with tape. I know, it's really bad. Anyways, Kerbal Space Program, made by a squad, 2011 to now, 2013. This is version 0.21.1.276.0. No. So we are going to start the game. And this is going to be sort of a half tutorial. This is sort of going to be a hang on, Kerbal. Actually, I'll say KSP with AdzAdz7. I have to use a different flag to mine. I will do Kerbal. Yeah, it's good. Accept. Okay, let's start. So this is going to be sort of a tutorial of how to get into space and how to orbit. And as soon as I do that, it's all downhill from there. I'm terrible at landing. I've never docked or rendezvoused or anything like that. So if any of you out there know or play Kerbal Space Program, then feel free to leave a comment or anything telling me what to do. Anyways, so here we have our little menu. Over here we have the astronaut complex where you can hire and fire astronauts. Over here we have the space plane hangar, which is obviously where you build planes, and there's the runway where you set them away. Here's the tracking station where we can track planes or ships or anything on the planet. And over here we have some mysterious building that hasn't been used yet in the Kerbal Space Program. And over here is the launch pad where obviously we launch things. And here is your prized possession, the VAB, the Vehicle Assembly Building. So let's just take a click. We will jump in and see what's up. Every time the game loads, it looks like it's crashing. Well, to me at least. Might not for you. So here we are. We are in the VAB. So now, let us build our first flight. As you can see in here, we have some stock parts in case you fail. Sometimes, like me, I had to use 1 or 2 stock parts. But we'll try and do this from scratch. So let's pick a good command pod. I'll do the 1 to 2 command pod. Pull it down and scroll up. Scroll button goes up and down. If you hold down Shift and scroll, that's zoom in and out. Or you can just use plus and minus on your keypad. WASD, when you're in the VAB, turns and rotates stuff, and Q and E. The keys you need is Q, W, E, ASD. So WASD, Q and D. Q and E, sorry. This is I was about to say it's a little complex, but we'll just see. So, now we're going to go in Utility, and I like to work top to bottom. So we're going to chuck on a Mark 25 parachute. And next we are going to put on a decoupler. So when we're coming back into orbit, when we're coming back to the planet, this is what's going to be coming down. There we go. And now, now we want to go to Control and add an SAS. This is sort of like a stabilization system. And we'll get some RCS, because that just helps us turn. It's kind of like mini boosters. This is a new update. It just came out for me. I just got it. So everything's a bit different. You hit X to add symmetry, as you can see in the bottom left. Chuck that on like that. Then we'll put on some big fuel tanks. Let's zoom out. This should be totally enough to get us into space and come back. Now we're going to put on a skipper engine, because this is usually used. This is a smaller version of the greatest engine. That's pretty nice. Now, over here, we are going to grab some radio decouplers. This is basically my way of how to build a ship. This isn't the only way. There's so many different ways you can do it. But I like this one best because it just rolls off my tongue. Probably worst way to say it. But no, I use this quite a lot. Now we're just gonna completely stack them up with these fuel tanks. And we're going to strut them together. Just because. Now we're going to zoom all the way in. And so then we can clip it correctly. Just like that. No. And over there. Sometimes if you're a newbie at the game, the controls may be a little bit fiddly. But I got used to the controls pretty quick. Okay, now that that's done, let's just zoom out a bit. Take a look at what we've done so far. It's looking nice. This isn't like what NASA used or anything. They put a space plane on the back of giant fuel tanks and just shot that up into space. And we're going to put some mainsail engines on there because that's cool. And just quickly, we are going to grab some more decouplers. Go back to propulsion and put on these solid fuel boosters. These will get us nice and high before they will come off. Now we have to do some staging. Whenever you hit spacebar, one of these stages will go off. So if I hit spacebar, the engines, all the engines except for the middle will turn on. And then when I hit spacebar again, these bits will fall off, but I won't do it until it's empty. Next, when these giant fuel tanks are empty, I take them off with that one. And then the middle fuel tank turns on, which is this one right here, because this little icon corresponds with this engine. And then when everything's all done, and when this is about half full, half empty I should say, or whatever you want to say, we'll be up into space. Then we'll just turn around and come back. We'll make a nice falling trajectory, and then we'll decouple it, which means only this will be left. And there's a parachute on there, so we can easily survive the fall. And last but not least, I want to put on some launch stability enhancers, which are basically clamps. And then hold down shift and grab, and then that will, oh sorry, I turned my caps lock on, and that will allow you to bring it all the way down. I just like doing that, it's nicer. So I'm gonna call this the AdzAdz first flight. The first spacecraft built in the series. That's not supposed to series. First spacecraft, I can't think of anything. First spacecraft built in the Kerbal Space Program series. Go. Then we're going to save it. And by saving it, if we look in the load menu, there we go, AdzAdz first flight. And obviously this is in alphabetical order. So, we are now going to try and fly this thing. So, we don't want any action groups. Action groups are, if you hit a button, then stuff will happen, but I don't need to. Actually, let's just do an abort. So if everything goes wrong, decouple that, and deploy the chute. Alright, good. And let's see who we have in the crew. Yes! We have, Bill Kerman, Bob Kerman, and Jebediah Kerman. The first astronaut's going to be sent into space. They're really going to grow on you. Believe me. So, save once again. For some reason I just like saving. And we'll hit the launch button. Then, our spacecraft will be dragged out of the VAB and over to the launch pad. Just wait for it. For some reason, for me, every time it loads, the screen just moves a little bit to the right, and it looks like it's crashing. There we go. Come on, load. There we go. Let's see our handsome astronauts. Bill Kerman, Bob Kerman, and Jebediah Kerman. Here we are on the launch pad. There is the vehicle assembly building. on this fine day on the Kerbal Space Center. It's midday, and if we hit, oh, actually, there's our flag just over there. Nice, nice. If we hit M, then we can see the planet. Oh, it's so clean. Look at that. It's very clean, isn't it? As soon as these guys come back from space, I'm going to send a probe up into orbit. If you zoom out a lot, we can see there's the moon, M-U-N, and there's our second moon, Minmus, and we are flying around the sun. And there are lots of different planets that we can travel to. Mind you, they're very far away and they're very hard to get to. So we're not going to be able to see them for a while. And I hope to stretch out the series as long as I possibly can, and try as many different things as I possibly can. So yeah, let's just get going. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit F5 to quick save, and Shift to throttle up, controls down, and X is to just cut the engines entirely, but we're going to pull it up. T to turn on the SAS, and space to launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Oh. Abort mission. Abort. Hold down F9 quickly. Okay, that didn't work. I didn't stage quickly. What's my mouse doing? There we go. Revert flight. Revert to launch. That didn't quite work. Anyways, let's just revert the flight, which means just restart it. What happens is these clamps are supposed to detach as soon as these engines fire in this stage, so I have to move them. Alright, so this again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! We have liftoff! Woohoo! The first space shuttle ever launched in the series of Kerbal Space Program. Look at that. Oh, and you can see the shadow down there. It's going to fade away in just a sec. Actually, since we're going so high, you'll be able to see the mountains off in the distance. I better plug in. And, oh, there's the moon. Check it out. If there's a small island, we'll have to check that out later. Alright, we're about to run out of solid fuel, and we have. Ditched that stage. Stage 1 confirmed. Let's just keep going. Sorry about that noise, guys. If you heard that, probably did. Alright. And if you hit C, you can actually, if you hover over these guys, you can see what they're looking at. So what's Bill looking at? Look inside the cabin. How you doing, Bob? Good? Good, alright. I guess that's why you're scared. Going up in space, are we? Nice, nice. Alright, now that we're quite high, what I like to do is I like to turn over by just tapping D to just make a good turn. Basically what I'm doing is I'm circularizing my orbit. So if we go into the map menu, you can see that what I want is this line. This is basically if I cut my engines, that's where I'm going to hit if I start falling. What I want to do is I want to make it go so far that it'll go all the way around the planet. And we're passing my second point, and I like to turn over right now. There are many ways to orbit, and many better ways, I'm pretty sure. But I just like to do this one, it's nice and reliable for me. This is our apoapsis. This is the highest point we'll get in our orbit before we start coming back down. And another thing called our periapsis is the closest we'll get to the planet, you know, if we're not crashing. So we're going to press space, ditch that stage, press space again to turn on our next engine. See you later, suckers. And this should finish off our orbit. Now we're going to go horizontal now, because this is our gyroscope here. That's what we use to figure out how we're doing. You can start. You can see all the stars now. Might be able to see the moon somewhere. Is it ahead of us? Yeah, there it is. Hey moon, how you doing? We're not going there yet. Alright, our orbit's getting pretty far. What we want is the end of this blue line and the end of this blue line to come around to the back of the planet and meet up. And that means that, because basically in orbit, you're continuously falling. And what you need to do is you need to go fast enough, so instead of falling straight down into the planet, you'll fly so far out here that you'll fall past the planet. But because the planet has gravity, you'll be pulled back into it. And that creates a circle. That's kind of how orbits work. So now we just need to turn our craft just a little bit more. Oh, going off course a little. Okay. Doing very well on fuel. And this is our atmosphere meter, and this is how high we are. Once this little pointer gets to that line, that means that we are officially in space. And music will start playing. Alright, the line's going over to the dark side of the planet. As long as we keep the highest point ahead of us, we're good. Let's watch the lines meet up. First successful orbit created in the Kerbal Space Program. Happening in 3, 2, 1. There we go! We have our periapsis! Now what we want to do is we want to raise that a bit. That's at like 100 now, so that's nice. Now this periapsis is too low. That's in the atmosphere. We're going to start falling down. So then what we got to do is we have to come around to our apoapsis. And then burn in such a direction that will fling us further out. Therefore, circularization. I'm not an astronomer. I don't know all these silly terms and everything. Yeah. But we are nearly in space. And once we are in space, we'll be able to time accelerate. Right now, we can only go to 4 times speed, which I think we will. Any second now, we'll be in space. I think when we hit 70,000 or something. Oh, now we're in space. There's the music. Ah. It's relaxing. But no time to relax now. We need to create a stable orbit. So, we are going to time accelerate around. And I'm going to teach you about the wonders of flight planning. What you do is you click on a part of your orbit, and you add a maneuver, and all this crazy stuff comes up. We're just going to work with this a little bit. Our periapsis right now is at 41,000, and we can raise it. What will it be at? 200, and wow, that's a little much. $88, maybe just a bit more. 90, that's alright. What's this, 100? So basically, what happens is this is how long it will take for us to get to our node, our point where we have to start burning to create a bigger orbit, and this is how long we have to do it. And what you want to do, you don't want to start burning when it says 0. You want to start half the time. So if I had to burn for 4 seconds, I start at 2 seconds left, and I burn 2 seconds after it said I should start. And I only have 10 seconds to spin my gyroscope around. Will AdzAdz7 make it? Find out in the next episode. Nah, just kidding, I'm gonna do it now. Turn my engines on! Quick, 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 quick! What have I done to my orbit? What have I done? Oh. I didn't do that right, but I sort of burnt in the right direction. That's 97, and that's 130 something. Yeah, good enough. Now, we are just going to time accelerate. And we're just going to come around to the sunny side. Kerbal Space Center is right there. That little speck is where we launched. And we're just going to spin around in front of the mountains. And you know what this means, guys? That's right. We can take a little spacewalk. So let's just spin the craft around using Q and E. There's the little ladder. And who shall we get out? Let's get out Jebediah Kerman. First, Kerbal in space. Woohoo! And what you can do is you can hit R, turn on the pack, the EVA, and it has a limited amount of fuel, so you don't want to go wasting it. But here we go. First, Kerbal in space. Let's flip him around. Look at him. First Kerbal in space. Had to take a screenshot. I got rid of the menu by hitting F2. Beautiful. Now we just go to maneuver ourselves back. Also, I know it can get a bit confusing. Shift is up, Control is down. That's how you go up and down. And, you know, WASD to move. Also, it works the same with walking, but we're in space right now. We can't walk. Well, we are technically space walking, but whatever. I'm just going to shut up now. Grab. There we go. Climb back in. Backwards. Okay. Sure thing. Press F to board. And Jebediah is back in. Excellent. Let's see how fast we're going. 2,180 meters per second. Leave in the comments what that is in kilometers per hour, if anyone can figure that out. If you can figure that out, shout out next video and I'll give you a cookie. Yes, cookie time. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our orbit down so we crash. I mean safely land right there. So we're going to start it there. And we're going to bring it down. And we want to land somewhere there. That's what we want to do. We want to bring it across like that. And we'll say to the game that we're going to land in the ocean. But actually we're going to cut off a bit and we might crash into the land. Okay. Now I have to quickly get in the turn into the right direction. Turn. Oh, I have to turn my RCS on by hitting R. And RCS is basically itty bitty little thrusters that can propel you. And that's what helps you turn. If I turn them off, then it's virtually impossible to turn with such a big craft that is. Okay. Nearly there. I have to line up my marker with the blue marker, because that's where I have to point for this to work. And we'll start burning. Burning as in turning our engines on. Remember, we want to land right in that little weird patch. So where the line hits the planet, that's where we're going to land. And when we deploy our parachutes, that causes drag. So we want to stop right there about. So we will definitely land on land. We'll just get rid of that. How do I get rid of that? Come on. Shoot. There we go. Come on, I want to be this flight. No, I want to be this. No. No, this isn't. No, no, no! I have no control of the ship. There we go. So now we're just going to quick save in case something bad happens. And we are going to flip ourselves around. And we're going to look in the right direction. Uh-oh, we're running out of power. We're out of power! No! I forgot to put batteries on this. That's a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Dang it. We're heading we're heading head first into the planet. Wow. Good job, AdzAdz7. Good job. Wow. Okay. Guess we've got nothing left to do now but to wait. So let us time accelerate. And now we're coming into the atmosphere. And have you ever seen on TV how when ships or craft or meteorites or anything comes back into the atmosphere, they look like they start to burn up a bit? That's called re-entry, and I think it has something to do with air friction. But don't quote me on that because I know I'm probably wrong. But look at that. Once we get to about this point in the atmosphere, to this point, it's starting to get a little bit thicker on us. And because we're going so ridiculously fast, we get hotter and hotter and hotter, and that's what makes these kind of effects. Pretty sure there's more to it than just that, but... Alright, well it seems that we've missed the space center by a lot. But this is an entire planet. So I think it's fine. This planet is actually kinda to scale with Earth. This is Kerbal, by the way. I didn't say that. Now that we're falling pretty fast, we're losing momentum. I can hit spacebar once again to deploy the parachute. And it will pop out in just a moment. Better pop out before we hit the mountains. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I didn't think of this. I didn't think of this. Ooh, I'm scared. No, we're way too high for it to not deploy. Oh, we're really coming down. See what they're seeing? You can't see anything. There we go. Oh, there's the ground. It's coming. Parachute should deploy any second now. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that G. Went up to like 10 Gs or something there. Alright, now we're going to time accelerate a bit. This is time acceleration times 4. This isn't time acceleration, this is physics warp. Time acceleration stops physics because it's just easy to calculate. You need a supercomputer to run physics warp. Physics warp as in time warp, but with physics, yeah, it's not hard. We're really coming down now. Where is our shadow? Oh, there it is. I think we're coming in a little too fast. Oh, no, we might be alright. Landing in 3, 2, 1. Touchdown! We did it! Yes! And something else crashed about 85 k's away. Alright, boys, let's hop out. Let's jump off. Come on. There we go. Hop out. Bob. Jump off. And then we'll pop him there. And we'll get out one more. Sorry about that, guys, if you heard that. It's just someone outside. Okay. And there they are. 3 Kerbals that survived. Look at them. That's a nice shot. Look at that. Screenshot, just cuz. And now, we're gonna plant a flag in the capsule's honor. Bam. Boop. Oh, look at that. Site name. First landing site in the Kerbal Space Program. Here lies the capsule that held the first 3 astronauts. First 3 Kerbal knots that voyaged up into space and successfully made it back down. Can't type today. Down. Their names: Bill Kerman, Bob Kerman, and Jebediah Jeb Kerman. Jeb Kerman. They will be Sorry, blanked out. Okay, there we go. First flag planted. Woohoo! Now there's just one more thing I have to say. Take it away, Jebediah. If you liked the video, please do like the video. Subscribe for more content, and leave a comment with any cool suggestions of what what AdzAdz7 should do in Kerbal Space Program. And we'll see you later. Yeah. Bye, guys.